Hi, I am here today to show you how to clean a stall. We use sawdust in our stalls. It makes it a lot easier. There's only a couple horses here that need shavings. Please, when you come into the stall, make a note. It's mostly Twix and right now Lily Marlene. But this is how you clean a stall. You want to get a muck bucket and the cart, which is handy dandy. If you don't have a cart, just grab a muck bucket and a manure fork. And what you want to do is go in for the big stuff first, all right? And this is Abby's stall. She's actually cleaner than normal. So you go in and get your big stuff here, your poop. And the whole object of cleaning a stall is trying to get just the manure and the wet spots and leaving a lot of the clean sawdust or shavings behind. I'm shoveling up the big poo first, makes it easier. When you go to get just a little bit in the sawdust, don't go in and take a whole big shovel like this. If you just grab a little bit and shake it, it's a lot easier to clean. And again, like this. And you're going to continue to go along and get out all of your poo. There is another way. If you get some poop that's kind of all mixed up in the sawdust, another technique is throw it against the wall. And it's always good, just a little note, try not to go like this, a shovel, and then throw it like this. It's a little bit easier if you stand sideways and just kind of flip it. And all of the manure will come sifting out. And then the next thing you want to do, we're going to move over to the wet spot. You want to try and get as much as the wet as possible. So for a wet spot, you want to make sure that you get all of it swept up. And some people use a shovel to pick it up. I use our little handy dandy dustpan. I couldn't think what it was. So after you've swept out the wet area, go ahead and find our Lysol container. It can be found in the volunteer room or in the viewing room. And it needs to be pumped up with the handle, which my lovely assistant Lynn has already done. Say hi, Lynn.
Hi, everybody.
And it pumps like this until you can't pump anymore. Lynn did a great job because that was very difficult. And then just spray it low to the ground where the wet spot is. You really don't need too much, just cover the area. If you do have a horse that poops on the wall like Bonnie, go ahead and spray the wall here. And actually we need to take a shovel and scrape that down. And then let it dry for just a couple minutes, that's fine. So after your spot has dried, and while it is drying, you can always go and fill the hay bags, which our hay bags have already been done, but that's another video for another time. You want to go in and cover up on the wet spot. And during this time, you'll probably find more hidden treasures.
Oh, Lynn took it.
I'll bring it back.
Oh! Don't do that at home. Oh, and then Lynn picks it up with her hand.
Gloves.
All right, go ahead and spread the, I keep missing. Go ahead and spread it out. And you want to make sure that there isn't any sawdust left underneath the hay bags. If you do have scrap hay in the sawdust pile, the horses really aren't going to pick at it. Just go ahead and blend it right in with the sawdust. We use it for bedding as well. Try not to waste anything. Sophie's being our supervisor. So spread it all out nice and evenly. And our rule of thumb here is to see if we do need any extra shavings put in here. We like to have it at least 2 to 3 inches thick for a nice bedding for the horses. And the kind of rule of thumb is put back in what you have taken out for sawdust. I'm going to go ahead and sweep up. So we sweep back the sawdust from the doorway, just a little bit, like that, and from underneath the hay bags, and under here. And we try to keep sawdust underneath where our buckets will be hanging, here and here. Some of our horses like to dump the hay in the water buckets, so it helps to soak up that water. All right, so this is what a clean stall should look like. It has plenty of sawdust and plenty of bedding, swept out underneath the hay bag. We did sweep out a little bit underneath the feeder as well. If you come across a black feed pan like this, please return it to the feed room on the main barn side. If you're on the back side and there's this, just stick it outside the door. Thank you.